We have not just one, but two Tyra Show daytime exclusives that you will not see on any other talk show. Now, back in the day in the past, we met transgender teens, and I remember one that was 13 years old by the name of Chris. Now, Chris is back with us today. Chris was born a girl named Julia, but felt he had no choice but to transition into the body of a boy and become a boy, because Chris says that he is truly a boy. But until today, we have never seen very young transgender children, 7 years old and 8 years old, barely in elementary school, who've already bravely have started living as the opposite gender. Now, take a look at this picture of a little boy named Joey at 5 years old. Joey is now a girl named Josie and is 8 years old now. Now, take a look at this picture of an adorable little girl named Kennedy at age 3. Now, look at this picture. She's now a little boy named Kennedy, kept the name, but changed the sex, and is 7 years old. First, check out 8-year-old Josie's story.
Oh, I know. Pink.
You always choose pink.
I know, but it's my favorite color.
It's hard to imagine Josie being any different. It's just normal for us.
These are my dress, and this is the one I wear. And I have some dolls, and this is what I'm gonna make soon. And I have a little pink. It's a pink bag.
Aside from the fact that Josie's transgender, she's not really all that different.
I have a bra.
What do you use your bra for?
For my boobs. I always been a girl.
Always, even when you were little?
Yep.
But you have a penis.
But it's just a birth defect.
She has her own idea of what femininity is. And she does pick up some things from me, but she's unique. She's very sure of who she is.
I have a bikini. And then I put this underneath so my birth defect doesn't show.
I want her to just have the normal joys of childhood. I don't want her to be burdened by the other things. You're beautiful, Josie.
Thanks.
8-year-old Josie's parents, Vanessa and Joseph, are with me now. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
I was watching that, and I was just like so transfixed by the story. It seems so important in the tape for Josie to tell everybody that she's a girl, and she's so calm and matter-of-fact about it. Very matter-of-fact. How early did those conversations start?
Josie always was very sure of her feminine identity. She never really doubted it in any way or questioned it like we did. So she's always, her whole life, struggled to let us know that she is a girl.
Always. Now, I know you kind of played along a little bit, like when she was, what, 4 years old, she'd wrap her scarf like a skirt, and
yeah,
tell me about that.
Yes. She used to take my scarves that I'd wear around my neck and wrap them around her skirt, around her waist several times to get the skirt effect. And she'd come out all proud and look at me like, you know, with that anticipation in her face, waiting for the compliment that she looked so beautiful. And I'd tell her what a cute little girl she looked like. And she would get really upset. That would hurt her.
Because she would say, I don't look like a girl.
I am a girl.
And 4 years old.
At 4.
I know that you say when you look back, you feel like you were abusing her.
Absolutely. She would try in her little ways to let me know that she's a girl. She would try so hard to make that clear to me, but I didn't know how to listen. I didn't know how to hear what she was really saying. So I do feel like I abused her.
Did you ever punish her?
Not in that sense, but in a way I did, just simply by not listening, by not understanding her clarification that she is a girl.
Did you ever think that you had a son that was just gay,
Absolutely.
showing signs of being gay early?
Right. I didn't know the word transgender. I didn't know how to interpret what I was seeing in my own child. So I tried to fit the incorrect labels on my daughter. And for a long time, I thought I had a gay son.
Yeah, that's what I would think. I would think, oh, my son is gay. Joseph, what about you as the father? Now, I can imagine, like, you know, you had a boy, and you were like, okay, I have my boy.
Well, like any other father, we had dreams, aspirations, and goals for our children, and all that went to the wayside when Josie was transforming. And it was a difficult time, and it was a mourning time for us. I was losing my son, and that's a real difficult thing. We were very close, and we're still close now, but it's a different kind of closeness. But that closeness I was losing for my son. And that was really, really hard. Everybody was dealing with it in their own way.
How were you dealing with it?
I wasn't. I went to work and did my thing. I was going through my normal routine, but it wasn't the same. I was just going through the emotions. And I'm watching Josie just kind of going through a phase, hoping that this would all go away, but it wasn't.
Were you angry?
Angry and sad. I wanted what's best for her, but I went through my mourning stage.
Did you ever shed tears over it?
Many times over.
Really? Can you think of one of the worst times when you shed tears over?
Probably the first time I saw her, when we were taking pictures, and she was looking for like kind of a thumbs up kind of thing from me, because we had such a closeness. And when she was wearing that dress, she said, "Daddy, I want your acceptance from it." And that was the point I let go of everything. It was like, my son is gone, and this is my daughter. And that was a really shed-teary moment, because she wanted acceptance, and I finally gave her a thumbs up.
When did you feel comfortable saying she and not he? Because I noticed that you guys still say she when you talk about the times when Josie really physically looked like a boy. When did you make that switch?
For
To
me,
be
it
able
was
to say she.
that day we took those pictures. For me, it was the boy of Joey was gone, and Josie was here.
Do you ever slip sometimes and go, him?
No.
Never.
The first couple of months after we accepted that Josie's transgender, after we learned the word and everything, then we did. During those couple of months, we would slip, and she would correct us every time.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Now tell me how, with the neighbors, school, like, so mommy and daddy are supporting, but then there's school, there's the world. Your child has to live in the world. What was it like at school, Mom?
We lived on an ultra-conservative military base overseas, so we were in a really far-right type community. The school was very unaccepting of Josie as a girl. When she first transitioned and went out the door and went to her first day of school as Josie in a skirt, the kids were pretty accepting, but they went home and told their parents, "Hey, Mommy, Josie is wearing a skirt. You know, Josie's a girl now." The parents, of course, didn't accept it as well as the children tend to, and it spread through the school like wildfire. They were signing petitions. It was really organized. They signed petitions to keep our daughter off campus. They had picket lines that we did cross. It was completely outrageous how they were planting hate in the hearts of these children against my daughter just for being herself.
And they would yell stuff like, "This girl has a..."
Girl with a penis, dyke, bitch, queer, all kinds of names at this little girl.
And how old was she at that time?
She was just 6, not quite 6.
Wow. And one of the boys threw her scooter in the jungle?
These are older kids. These are like preteens, 12, 13 years old. They shoved her down on the sidewalk and wouldn't let her up and taunted her. And they threw her scooter in the jungle.
Did you feel helpless as her mom at that time?
It was really painful. It was difficult. My little girl just brushed herself off every day and went out there and did it again. She wasn't going to be inhibited or hide who she is anymore.
Well, I think we'd like to meet this little girl, would we not? Everyone, please welcome Josie. Talk to you when we come back, okay? Very strong little girl you are. Been through a lot. We'll be right back. We have the Tyra Show daytime exclusive on 2 extraordinary transgender children as young as 8 years old. Josie's with me right now, and Josie's 8, and she's here with her sister, Jade. Jade, how old are you?
6.
You're 6. And you have a sister now, Josie.
Yeah.
You guys have fun?
Yes.
You do? So Josie, tell me, when I was watching you in the tape before the commercial, you said that you had a birth defect. You have a birth defect. Tell me about that.
When I was a little baby, I always used to be a girl, but my mom and dad didn't know that. So I couldn't talk then, but when I was old enough that I could talk, I dressed up into a girl. And my mom said, "Why are you dressing up like in a girl?" And I said, "Because I'm a girl." And then the people said I'm a gay boy, and my friend said I'm a gay boy, and she said she's gonna call the police on me to take me to jail.
Your friend said that? And what did you tell them?
I said that's not nice at all.
That it's not nice. One thing that you said that really stood out to me is you said, when I was old enough to talk, I could tell them that I was a girl. So before you could talk, did you feel like a girl, but you just were a baby and couldn't really say the words yet?
Yes.
Yeah? So you're like, I'm a girl, but I'm just too little to say it yet.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you like doing now?
I like to play with my sister to play dolls, and I like to go biking, and I did a triathlon.
You did a triathlon? Oh my God, you're like a little iron lady?
Maybe.
Look at you. Oh my gosh, did you win?
No.
But your hair looks absolutely lovely though on that. Oh my God, I said iron lady, I was kidding. You were an iron kid. Very nice. So one thing you said is you're excited about your bras and bathing suits. I saw you say that. Oh, so you're excited about bathing suits? Are you?
Yeah.
Do you wear bathing suits at the beach?
Yeah.
You do? Jade, what do you like doing with your sister?
I like to play with my sister. I love her so much because
My sister is transgender.
She's transgender. How do you feel about, I know you say that you have a birth defect, Josie. How do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like when you look and you're getting ready for, you know, to get dressed in the morning, do you feel like that's just not supposed to be there?
Yes.
Yes? Oh. Okay, we're about to meet a woman named Candace and her 7-year-old transgender boy, Kennedy, who was born a girl. But Candace has never met another family who's dealt with a transgender child. So we're going to send Josie and her family backstage right now, and then we're going to surprise Candace with you. Okay? You're going to help somebody else. Are you ready to do that? And be a leader? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Thumbs up? Like daddy? Thumbs up and high five. And high five to you. And a lady shake. Thank you very much, darling. Thank you very much, darling. We're going to meet Candace and her son right now, but check out the Kennedy story.
I want everybody to know I'm a boy.
Oh. Kennedy's actually no different from any other boy. People who don't know that Kennedy is biologically female are shocked. They're like, he's just so boy.
I'm afraid of getting hurt.
I actually was not wanting this for a very long time. At 3, I let Kennedy wear boy clothes, boy shoes, but I still said, no, you're just a girl, but you like boy things. And you know, he was very mad, and we had a lot of behavioral issues.
Hey. All right, let's behave, all right?
We had to make, you know, some exceptions so that way he would calm down.
I want to do boy stuff. I don't want to do girl stuff. That's why I want to be a boy.
Oh, yeah, I know you like guns.
I've taken every part of this very slowly because it's not easy to let go of your daughter and let them become your son. The bottom line is that my child just wants to live as a normal boy, and I'm going to try to do everything I can to make that possible.
Do you feel like you're a boy now that you have your hair and your clothes and everything else?
Yeah. What?
Nothing.
Candace is here. So Candace, in that tape, you said it wasn't easy to let go of your daughter and have your daughter become your son. Of course, that's not easy.
Right.
One thing that stood out to me is you said that your child became very violent and was really lashing out and very frustrated. So take me back to some of those times.
Right. When Kennedy was about 2, every time I got her dressed, she would kick me in the stomach every day. Really? It was a constant battle to put on any clothes. I didn't know why, but she just kept saying, I don't like this, screaming at me she didn't like this.
Wow. And so she would kick you.
Right.
And then in school, with
Right.
the teachers, there was some violence with the teachers. Tell us about that.
Well, she was in daycare, and when they moved her to the 2.5-year-old room, they do potty training. And there's a girl picture on the girls' bathroom, and there's a picture of a boy, because they can't really read. So Kennedy kept lining up with the boys in the boys' room, and the teacher insisted that she move over because that's where she was supposed to be. And Kennedy bit the teacher.
Kennedy bit the teacher.
Yeah.
And then, just like a boy, right? I don't mean to be stereotypical with genders, but boys are more aggressive at times when they're younger, and older as well, testosterone and things. So let's go through some pictures. I know some of these pictures represent certain things for you. The first picture in the blue dress, what does that picture represent?
That is, Kennedy's actually wearing a boy's outfit underneath there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she I had already conformed to a little bit of the dressing because I wanted Kennedy to feel comfortable. So Kennedy had a few boys' shirts and stuff, but with the background, I wanted my daughter to look good, so I didn't want the boys' clothes. So I bribed her and said, if you wear this dress over your clothes, we can take it off as soon as the picture's done.
And then let's go to this next picture. Where is Kennedy? Oh my gosh, in the left-hand corner. Do you see, you guys? Having a fit.
Yeah.
What is that one?
The funny thing about that one is I got the picture and I'm scanning, and all of a sudden I see Kennedy at the top, and all the other parents are going, oh my gosh, who is that? Whose kid is that? You know, and I was like, that's mine, you know. And everyone's like, typical, because Kennedy was known as a troublemaker in that class because she was constantly mad, and that was the picture I got.
That was the picture that you got.
She didn't want to be in the girls' line, so.
Oh, that's what it was. She didn't want to be in the girls' line. Wow. I know you say that you still cry sometimes for Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me where you're going through and why the tears come.
I cry when this first started coming out. I cried a lot, a whole lot. I mean, I cried so hard that I couldn't even hardly see them next morning. My eyes were swollen from the amount of crying. Because it's hard to see your child go through these things, and you think that everything's healthy. You count the toes, you count the fingers, and then and then your child keeps telling everybody that she's a boy and that doesn't want to conform to anything. It's just been really hard. It's been really tough.
And I know you go between he and she. I hear you like kind of go. You're not super comfortable with he just yet to say it all the time.
I am really comfortable.
You just
when I'm talking to him, but when I talk about Kennedy and I'm talking about this subject, I had a she at one time. She was a girl. So I had a girl, she's gone now, and that's hard.
Do you sometimes wish she was still here? Yeah.
Yeah, when I look at pictures, it gets very hard because it's like I had 2 daughters and now I don't. I mean, my daughter transformed himself into a boy, and I actually was pulling him back the whole time, saying stop, and it didn't work.
Are you still pulling?
No, I'm not pulling anymore. At 6, I stopped.
Well, Kennedy is 7 years old now. Come on out here, Kennedy. Wait to talk to you. We're going to take a commercial.
Okay.
And then when we come back, we're going to talk.
Okay.
Okay. I love the sound of your voice. It's quite husky.
Thank you.
Welcome. We'll be right back. I have 2 daytime exclusives on transgender children. Right now, I'm with 7-year-old Kennedy. Kennedy was born a girl and is transgender and is now a boy. And Kennedy's sister, Madison, is here now along with Kennedy's and Madison's mama, Candace. So, Kennedy, you walked out here so nice and strong and fantastic. Now, you say that you like boy stuff, no girl stuff. Tell me about that.
I do like robots and dinosaurs and wars and all boy stuff, and I just don't like girl stuff and dress.
Girl stuff and dresses. What does it feel like when they used to make you put on the dresses?
Mad.
Mad. Make you just want to bite somebody. Yeah. I understand that you used to kick and you used to bite because you used to be mad. Yeah? Tell me how it made you so mad. Why would you want to kick and bite somebody?
Because they want to put me a dress on me.
They wanted to put a dress on you. And you cut your hair.
Yes.
Yes, you cut your hair. Tell me about the first time your mommy finally cut your hair. What'd that feel like?
Happy.
You were happy. I think you have lovely hair. It's quite shiny.
Yeah.
It's very good. And what do you think of your big sister, Madison?
I think she's so beautiful. I like her.
She is beautiful. Madison, I know that you stick up for your brother, your little brother on the bus now. What do people say on the bus that make you have to stick up for him?
A lot of people ask me, is Kennedy a boy or a girl? And sometimes that question really bothers me, but I have to understand that some people don't understand what Kennedy's going through, and I gotta kind of watch out what I say sometimes.
What do you want everybody to know about Kennedy?
I just want people to know that there are children out there like this that really exist. You know, don't close your hearts. Don't close your mind to things because you don't know about it. You don't know what it's like unless you've done this yourself. It's just so important for these children to be accepted. It's important for them to have acceptance, and it's something that I feel like Kennedy might not have, but that he could get as long as people could open their hearts and not close their minds to this.
Have you ever spent any time with any transgender families that have transgender children?
No.
No? Never met any?
Not only online. I have a part of an online group.
Well, earlier we met transgender 8-year-old Josie, who transitioned from male to female before the age of 10. It's very, very young. And we met her family. We're going to bring them out to meet Kennedy and his family now. There's a transgender girl, too. Do you want to meet her?
Sure.
She was a girl inside, and she was just a boy on the outside. The total opposite of you. You get it?
Yeah.
You, but flopped. Let's meet him. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, come on out here. Sit by Kennedy. So, Mom, what do you want to ask?
Gosh. It's nice to meet someone that's been going. You want to tell everybody, it's so hard to explain unless you've gone through this yourself.
Do you have any advice for her, Vanessa?
Yeah, you are not alone. You're not doing this alone. Just love your baby with your whole heart. Love him unconditionally. and know that you're just doing right when everybody else seems like the whole world's against you.
Right.
Just believe in your heart that you know that you love your child and you're just following his lead, and you know that he has to be true to be who he is.
Right.
Don't let him be oppressed.
Kennedy, have you ever met any transgender kids before? Do you want to say anything to Josie?
I don't know.
No? Anything? Want to ask her something? No? No? Girls are gross. Okay, we'll be right back. We met transgender children Josie, an 8-year-old who was born a boy, but now she lives as a girl. And then we met 7-year-old Kennedy, who was born a girl, but has transitioned into living as a boy. Josie and Kennedy are handling their transitions very well, but what happens when they get a little older and they go through puberty and they get into high school? 15-year-old Ryan was born a girl named Sarah, but made the transition from female to male a year ago, just in time for high school and hormones. High school and hormones. Okay, so when did you realize that you were a boy, not a girl?
The earliest I can remember, maybe 9 or 10. I can't really remember further back than that. I didn't tell anyone. I felt like, you know, it's a secret, no one should know until I was older.
And now you're going through puberty. So your body is biologically a woman, so are you getting your period and things like that?
Yeah.
What's that like? Well, I know what it's like.
Yeah.
Not fun. What is it like? It's not fun for anybody. So I can only imagine for you, it must be even worse than not
The
fun.
monthly cycle is completely devastating. It's like, how would a guy feel getting his period, you know? It's like, it's just weird.
And then tell me about your chest. Are you getting breasts now?
I've been.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, I wear a binder to stay flat.
Oh, so you wear a binder. I understand, so you can only wear the binder for so long.
Yeah,
Why?
like 8 to 12 hours, or else your back is gonna hurt severely.
So you can only wear it for 8 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
3 years ago, we met a very courageous 13-year-old named Chris, who told the world on the Tyra show that he was transgender. Check this out.
Chris, so now your secret is no longer a secret. All your classmates know the truth now. Why did you decide to tell them here with me today?
I decided to tell them on TV because if, like, there was, like, a rumor at school or something like that, then they wouldn't really understand it. But this is, like, an educational piece, and there are other kids like me, and I think that it would be easier for them to understand seeing this than something else.
So Chris wanted to show us how him and his family are doing now, so they are back. Chris, Karina, and Evan, come on out. Meet Ryan. Look at you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So tall. Hi, Mom. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Chris, oh my gosh, you're so much taller.
Yeah, like 4 inches.
Oh my
at
God,
least.
and your voice.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then what is all this stuff on the side of your, oh, do you see all the facial hair?
Yeah, it's under here too.
And underneath there? And all the arm hair?
Yeah, and the legs too.
And the legs too?
Yeah, I don't know how much I get these off.
Oh my God! Do you see? Oh my God, I'm sorry. That is crazy.
Yeah.
They say Monique doesn't shave her leg hair. Monique ain't got nothing on Chris's leg. Oh my God, Chris! I cannot believe that you were born a girl. This is freaking me out. Oh my God! On the last time here, you were joking like that you had chest hair, that you were gonna get some chest hair.
Yeah, I had a little bit, but not as much as now. Like, you want to see?
You have chest hair?
Yeah. Look. Here, you ready? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh. Okay. So now let's get with Mama. So Mom is the mother of a transgender child and ended up meeting a transgendered man that was born a woman, and they fell in love. He was like Chris's like mentor. You know, just came into the picture to help out and be a mentor, and then they fell in love. Mama and Daddy fell in love. Mommy and Uncle, not Uncle, but you know, fell in love. So how's your love story going right now?
It's going great.
Yeah?
It's going great. We're hoping to get married after Chris graduates from school.
Wow. So Chris, I got to ask you, like, the dating thing. Do you date?
Dating. You know. Like, Yeah, like, I've had one girlfriend, but like, you know, like, I don't know.
Oh, you had one girlfriend. Was it a?
So far.
And she totally, of course, knew that you were transgendered. How did she take that?
Pretty well. Like, we didn't really talk about it much, but like when I explained it to her, she was like, "Oh, okay, whatever, you know."
It's cool.
Yeah.
And how long did that last?
Wow. I don't know.
Like forever, like a month or so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like now, without the hormones, you would be emotionally different, right? He would be emotionally different without the hormones.
Oh, yes. Evan and I talk about this a lot because Evan, as a teenager of Chris's age, was very reclusive, much as Chris was before he started on hormones and all. And Chris has just changed so much. He had a lot of anxiety before he transitioned, you know, did not have a lot of friends. And now he's just so outgoing. He's has a lot of friends. He does well in school. Straight A honor student.
Chris, if you never came on the Tyra show, I would never know that you were born a girl. I would never in a million years. And then your stepdad-to-be, I would never have known that either. I would never have known that. And I think this really goes to show that this is truly something biological. This is not something that is just psychological. Right. Because I don't care how many hormones I could take, I would not look like Chris, you know? I would look like a girl with some hair on her face. You know what I'm saying? So this is obviously something that is a lot deeper than just the surface. We'll be right back. We're talking about transgender kids that are changing their genders at a very young age, as young as 6, 7, and 8 years old. And now it's getting very controversial because there's, you know, different sides to the story and to the debate. Can a child really know if they are transgender? Or what age do they really know that they are transgendered? Can they get therapy and get over the feeling of being born the wrong gender? So these are all the questions that we're going to talk about right now. Joining us are Kim Pearson. She's the executive director of Trans Youth Family Allies. Dr. Marcy Bowers, who is a transgender herself and is a specialist in transgender surgery. And Dr. Michael Brown, a professor and minister. So Kim is an advocate for transgender youth. Explain to me why you think that a child, like a 6, 7, and 8-year-old child, not even to me, to everybody, that you feel that they can make that decision to change their gender.
Well, actually, I don't believe it is a decision, and I don't think they're deciding anything. Just as you knew growing up that you were a little girl, they know that they're little boys and little girls. Not every child who expresses some sort of gender variance is transgender. But it's my experience that transgender children do know.
Now, I know, Michael, you disagree on Kim's position. Why do you disagree?
Well, we're both here because we love kids and we care about them. Our hearts go out to them. But this is a known psychiatric condition, gender identity disorder. It's on the records. It's a known psychiatric condition. It's been diagnosed in hundreds and hundreds of people. Oh, okay, and there are treatments from the inside out. Compassion causes us to look at the whole thing as opposed to, here, look, there are people.
Listen to the children. Listen to the children.
The fact of the matter is, as parents, listen, there are plenty of kids at 2, 3, 4 that think certain things that are wrong. There are plenty of kids at 6, 8, 10 that do. Here, we know there are anorexics, okay, who are absolutely convinced they're obese. You don't do liposuction on them. There are people with what's there are people with what is there are people with what is known as body identity disorder. Scholarly studies in the archives of sexual behavior compare these two things. These are people who are obsessed with the fact.
We're not going back to the 1950s.
No,
we're not going to put our children's hands in hot boiling water to get them to go back to their old gender.
I'm talking about Dr. Ann Lawrence, who is a male to female transsexual, just like you just wrote an article in the archives of sexual behavior comparing gender identity disorder where kids are convinced.
Okay, Dr. Bowers, you speak now.
We're not going back. You can't get a kid to be a boy just because you hand him a football, or a girl because you hand her a doll.
We're not talking about that.
Listen to the children. Love the children. We're about love and compassion.
Dr. Bowers, love
Listen
tells
to the families.
The truth.
Listen to the families.
So how do you feel about gay? Just gay people, gay children?
Well, this is not an issue of gay children.
No, I know. Just trying to get your
I love gays and lesbians. I believe God created male and female. There's a best order. I love gays and lesbians, but this is not a gay and lesbian issue. This is an issue of gender identity disorder.
Conversion therapy doesn't work.
We're not talking about conversion therapy. Here, look, Dr. Kenneth Zucker is one of the world's leading authorities on this. He's treated 900 children, and
so
he says
what age do you think is the right age? What age do you think is the right age?
We want to help the kids be at home in the biological body they were getting. When a kid's born, we don't say we don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
When that doesn't work, Michael, when that doesn't work.
Over how many years? Then you're going to put them on drugs, hormone blockers, and you're going to chop off their penis and put them on drugs for the rest of their life? That's the good solution?
Do we make children miserable? How long? What's the right amount of time?
There are ways as parents and families that are proven, clinically tested.
They're not proven.
Why are you going to deny? Listen, you have your opinion. You have experiments here.
There's just
you don't
as
even
much
know for
medical.
sure. You have experiments. You're experimenting with kids' lives.
No, we're not. The use of inhibitors and hormones used correctly. Tell us that.
The children that continue to express over the course of their life, 3 to 5 years minimum, going into puberty.
What if they're
wrong?
What if they're wrong?
What if they are? What if they are? The question was, how do I feel about it? And what do I have to say about it? And what I have to say is that children that have expressed this about themselves all of their lives, their entire lives, and who have been properly screened by medical and psychological experts in the field.
What's the test? How do you test it? How do you know?
How do you test against it?
You don't have to test against it because you want to help a kid not have mutilation.
You're saying you know with 100% certainty?
I'm simply saying the best course of action is for the child to be at home with their biological sex.
And when that doesn't work?
How do we know it doesn't work with a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old?
What about when they, but we do know that some of them, but even just on a fact, there's like 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds, and so even, so when, say they're 18, just take away the whole kid thing, legal adult, 18, and they're saying that they're in the wrong body, then what, Dr. Brown?
I still do not believe sex reassignment surgery is the best case any more than the people who are suicidal because they have 4 healthy limbs with body identity disorder.
You'd rather have people die.
No, I wouldn't rather have. I'd rather work with them, love them, help them.
But what about some of the people that
would you chop off the limb of someone with body identity disorder?
Why not? Nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with chopping off a body part. It is about restoring, about recognizing identity.
That were transgender into their 20s, that are perfectly fine today, that are functioning normally, that are perfectly fine. That should be the goal. Look, compassion often has to go against the grain.
Dr. Bowers, I'll let you sum us up.
Well, I'll tell you, I do surgery on, I do sex change surgery, and the average age of people that come to me for surgery is 48 years old. Of those 48-year-olds,
it doesn't change over time.
It has been there. 90% of them report that they felt this way since the age of 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. Just like the kids you just heard. It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away.
And there are plenty of people that had sex change surgery that regret it afterwards, and it's too late.
It's too late.
Heated debate.
Probably the
heated debate. We'll be right back. I have one of my most talked about guests here from the past. She's a transgender woman. Her name is Elena. Now, Elena appeared just days before she had sex reassignment surgery. She was on the Tyra show. And she had Tyra show cameras follow her into the operating room. And she had the surgery to make her a woman. No more man. Woman. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's not just that. It's very complicated. Here she is. Check it out. Elena's sexual reassignment surgery has begun. Contrary to what most people, including myself, would think, there's actually no snipping involved.
Tyra, it's not a snip. We're rearranging the tissues that are there. Nothing is really amputated. Nothing is really removed.
Okay, so now we all know. Apparently, they just turned an outie into an innie. The surgery is almost complete. She will open her eyes to find that the dream she's had since she was a little boy in B Branch, Arkansas, has finally come true. Going to the bathroom sitting down.
Yes.
How was that?
Well, I prefer it standing up because I don't like having to touch the toilet seat.
Oh my gosh. Well, do you know about squatting? Do you want me to teach you that right now? You do your squat, but your panties are down here, and sometimes you don't realize it, but the back of your panties touching the toilet.
Right, gross.
Gross. You don't know this, so you have to squat, pull the panty forward so it doesn't touch the seat, and then do it.
Hover.
Yeah, hover. And then toilet paper. Go around because you're pulling your panties. Wipe, drop, up. Okay. Then, now you're a real girl now, so we have to respect other women that have to go to the bathroom after.
Right.
Take some more toilet tissue. Wipe the toilet off. Hi, Elena. Welcome back. So did you use the squat pee trick that I told you?
Absolutely. I appreciate that trick. It took a little getting used to, but I think I've got it all down.
You got it down. So it's been over a year and a half. Do you still think that the surgery was the right decision? Because we just had a very big debate here.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, I thought about it, I dwelt about it, I prayed about it, I meditated about it for 32 years. It's something that I always wanted to do, and I can honestly say that it was 100% the right choice for me.
We've had kids here that were 7, 8 years old. Were you that young, knowing that you were a girl?
I remember as young as 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
I would sneak into my mom's room, try on her makeup. I always wanted to dress up. It's something that I always knew.
Okay, now, you had a boyfriend when you were on the show, Sean.
Right.
Now, tell me what's going on with Sean right now.
Well, Sean and I broke up 11 months ago. It was very hard. It's been a tough year, but basically, to cut to the chase, we were intimate. Sex was great.
Before or after?
Before and after. But afterwards, I felt like he missed that side of me that was gone.
Really? Your penis?
Yes.
So he wants like a transgendered woman that still has a penis.
Correct.
Wow. That must have really hurt.
It did.
Yeah.
It hurt, and
it still hurts.
It hurts, but you know, things happen for a reason.
Now dating must be difficult.
Or
fun.
It's fun. But it can be difficult. I mean, dating is hard enough.
Yes.
I mean, I am single. I want everyone to know that I'm single. So, and
Sean.
available.
All right. Well, Sean, more power to you. I think Elena's absolutely beautiful, and she's let the world know that she's single and looking. Well, good luck.
Well, thank you.
Okay, we'll be right back. For more information on transgender children or teens, go to TyraShow.com. We've got a lot of resources there to help you out. And for people that are just curious to find out more information, it's all there. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later.